see how it goes. This is part 2 of the exterior. And what we have here is a step going from the garage into the house. Steps are not supposed to be higher than 7 3/4 inches. This step is 8 inches high. 8 inches high. Eight-inch step in garage. This is the main water shutoff valve. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But what I'm not seeing is between here and here is any insulation. It's my understanding that my client had additional insulation added around the garage. That was the whole scope. So if this is insulated, this doesn't have to be. No, this door's not insulated. This door's not insulated. No, this wall is supposed to be insulated. It's not insulated. That wall's not insulated. I was talking about that hole in the concrete right there. It's not going to support the brick. I'm going to have a sinkhole right there. Talk about the gap in the vertical casement that's going to allow rodents to go in there. And by the way, speaking of that, this casement is awful close to the concrete. Capillary action, moisture wicking up inside the brick, causing all that to rot. There is a gap. There is a gap. I'm just accustomed to seeing. I mean, that's just like the minimum definition of gap. Coming along here, this is where we turn the camera off for overheating. Trees too close, we had talked about that. We talked about wood mulch and termites and stuff. We left off over here. Rain gutter should not discharge water directly onto the roof. Where the vertical wall is perpendicular to the roof slope, we should have kick-out flashing to divert water into the rain gutter. Otherwise, this porous brick is going to accept water. This is a high density water issue. All the water comes off of this plane over here, and all the water comes off of this plane over here, all the way to that ridge. It all channeled down here like a funnel, and then we do not have kick-out flashing. The rain gutter butt end should be a minimum of 1 inch away from the rain gutter, all right, away from the wall, excuse me. So we should have a gap right there. So that way the kick-out flashing puts it in the rain gutter and it comes down the rain gutter. But for all the splashing and everything, there's a reason why we want the rain gutter to be away from the wall. Okay? So you got strike 1, strike 2, strike 3. Gutter directly on roof covering. No kick-out flashing. Butt end too close to the wall. All 3 are requirements for a reason. Can you get by with not doing 1? Maybe. Don't know. Can you get by without doing 2? Maybe. I don't know. Can you get by without doing all 3? That's the $1 million question. Rain gutters are discharging below grade. These are exterior faucets. Like in the other, this is the control joint. It's peeling away. This one never really was applied properly. I guess he was in a hurry. A lot of you got, when you're building custom homes, you got to get in a hurry. Okay, this is how the gas enters the home. It's on the west side of the front bedroom. Electrically bonded. This is what they're talking about. This has 2 purposes. This bonds the gas system, and it's the second bond. They're using this as the second bond for the electric meter. If the code inspector let that go without a 3rd ground, so be it. So be it. But I'm going to call out that the second ground, and I'm going to open up the discussion that the second ground is farther than 6 feet. And, I would love to be proven wrong. I'm in a learning mood. Good home inspection. I am in a learning mood today. So I'd love to be proved wrong about that. I'd love to see the documentation. Present that to my desk. Let's talk about it. Parch coat. Another control joint. Still got some gaps in that.